But I don't think it's a male bird. I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's, I threw out a little oatmeal for, and I have some old stale frosted mini wheats that I found in the closet that I purchased a few years ago. I have quite a few things in my food closet. Maybe I'll show you some of those items. When you live out in a rural area, you gotta have a fair amount of stock on hand, simply because you never know what's going to happen. I live in the Cascadia fault zone, and if that thing blew out and miraculously the house was spared, you would need to have food for a long while. Oh, well, Maria, actually, I'm still kind of in my it's been a slow, lazy day. I guess I slept till 1 or something like that. 1 in the afternoon. It's 4:30 now. I fell asleep on the couch, and then I woke up, the sun was out, and then I went back to sleep for a few hours. I don't know. So usually I usually take Monday off. But since I'm going into town tomorrow, I will be not doing any live streams tomorrow. Monday had been my day off for years when I worked at the casino. There he is. Let's get a different angle here because I'm fogging up the window. But nevertheless, this is Freddy. I'm giving Freddy a name. Giving this bird a name because it's the same bird that comes all the time. I think the bird was born over there someplace. I think that's where it was born, and it was the only survivor of a clutch. I guess that's what they call them, a clutch of turkeys. And so it recognizes this part of the valley as home. Well, sometimes it does go off and rejoin the rest of the gang, and there's, I guess, 25 now. Oh, I can't do this zoom up like this. And so I guess I need to get my tripod out because I can't hold this thing steady with a zoom. But nevertheless, this bird, I believe, was born in that thicket over there. And I remember they made it, and if it was, because but it looks like it's, I don't know how old it is. I don't know how old this bird is. But it is there. And for some reason, I think it's either it's an outcast, or it's just, this is its home, and it's imprinted this spot. This is its home. Welcome, Cindy Young, welcome. And it comes around, not every day, but it comes around often enough that it is like it's every day. So we'll let it eat some more of that oatmeal, and I'll go toss out some other things out there. No, Maria, it is not my pet. No, this is a wild bird. There are lots of wild birds that live in the backyard, but they are not my pets. There are quail that live here. There are squirrels that live here. And I think that this bird lives here, but it comes and visits, so it's not a pet, not a pet. It's sort of it's a visitor. But I'm giving Freddy a name. I think it's a female, but like if it was Freddie, Freddy, an outdoor pet. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't really want it to be. Anyways, I enjoy watching it. It's here now. I'm not. It's not a pet. It's not a pet. I do not see this creature as a pet at all. I do not see the squirrels that dig under the barn as my pet. I do not see them as pets. I don't see the cats that visit every night and go away with table scraps. I don't see them as pets either. So they're other people's cats. I don't see the raccoon as a pet. I don't see the possum as a pet. Possum's not a pet. Then there were some wild rabbits. They ain't pets either. This bird is not a pet. It's just a person. It is a animal that is sharing this space with me. I think that's the best way to look at it, Maria, is not pet, but a fellow resident of this area, of this space. We're sharing space together. And that one lives out there, and I live inside. But occasionally, like with the other wild birds, you toss things out for them and give them a little helping hand, or, just have a little dessert, because the majority of what they eat, this thing's always hungry. The outdoor animals are always hungry, so maybe I shouldn't throw stuff out for them. Mainly the reason why you shouldn't feed wild birds, especially birds of this size, is that then they become friendly to humans, and then the next thing they know, they end up on somebody's dinner plate. So yeah, I don't know. But it's getting in there. There's some grains, and then, maybe it's finding some bugs down in there too. Because that's what these things eat. They eat insects. They eat anything, actually. They eat everything and anything. Let's turn the camera around. Oh, looking at the up view, huh? Anyways, I'm gonna lean against the wall over here. I might go look, because some people have wondered now. I mean, if I go look at some of the supplies that we have here, I wanted to kind of talk about that a little bit. Is my coffee, the coffee I have on hand. So this bag of coffee, I bought it for $15 at a grocery outlet a year ago. The coffee is terrible. I bought like 2 of them. Actually, I bought it a year ago in November, and it's just horrible tasting coffee. And then these are like bags of coffee I got at the food bank also over a year ago, and I'm sure it's horrible tasting coffee. But I have on hand, this is stuff that was given to me. Sometimes you eat the pigeons you feed the pigeons. You don't eat the pigeons and the squirrels when they come to eat. But this is stuff that was given to me for Christmas. I was given coffee, more coffee, and then, but the usual brand, more coffee. So that's like what? Is that a 12-ounce bag or a 16-ounce bag? Let's say it's like, so that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say 4, 5, 6. It's like 7 pounds. And then, then there's this bag here. This is the coffee I usually buy. One of the brands. See, I bought this one for last month, I think, for $22 for 2 pounds. And this one's like really super tasty. So we're looking at, I do have like 10 pounds of coffee on hand in my reserves. Well, I can't complain if it was free. A lot of it was free. It was given to me. And some of it was stuff that I bought. Let's go back and take a look at the turkey. Yeah, it's still out there. It's starting to get dark. I need to go take a walk here. I was just popping on for a few minutes. And then it's time to make actually my breakfast, dinner, or whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to fast all the way till my dinner time. But we're going to toss out some. This is actually in my storage. I found this bag of shredded mini wheats that I probably purchased like 2 or 3 years ago, because I don't really eat that kind of stuff very often. But so we're going in there. It's kind of close. He likes the sugar, but who doesn't like sugar, right? You just had your dinner. Yeah. But anyways, there he is. Get a clear view look. But yeah, I think that the bird lives down there someplace, because I think it was born down there. Oh, it's making noises. They sound like quail. Their chirping noises sound exactly like, kind of like the clucking noises that quail make. And squirrels actually kind of sound that way too. So here's Freddy. Happy Freddy that you can have an easy source of food for tonight, and it's going to be dark here really soon. But you know, the days are getting longer. The days are getting longer. It's going to be springtime soon. It's December 28th, but you're going to really start to see it in February. The days getting longer. Right now, it's just by seconds. Every day is like just a few seconds longer, and then in February, towards the end of January, February, it'll be like a minute longer. Be a bit like a minute longer, and then pretty soon it's just going to get longer and longer and longer. Then we're at June 21st again, the longest day of the year. Starting to get warm, but it hasn't really froze yet either. It hasn't froze yet. It's kind of beautiful. It's like, what, 4 o'clock? It's going to be dark in like 35 minutes. I do need to bring the wood in. See, right over there is a house that was made for swallows. They come, hopefully they'll come back. There's less of them. 10 years ago, there was lots of swallows coming, but I think with a lot of the wildfires, a lot of their numbers were decimated by natural disasters and wildfires, and also the ever declining insect population, because you know, insects are in the process of going extinct in the world right now. There's so many less insects than there were just a few years ago, and so much so that I have in an area where I'm going to pull it back here because the bird thinks I don't want it to scare it away. So much so that there is a wasp nest in a place that, like in one of my guests, chicken chunks, same. So you had chicken and rice for dinner. Yeah, that sounds good. I can't remember what I'm having for. Oh, I got it. Yeah. Anyways, the there's a wasp nest in a gate, and I haven't. I let it be. I let it stay there. It's been there. I've known about it for 4 years, and this last summer I got stung 4 or 5 times by those wasps walking through that gate. And normally, if it was like 10 years ago, I would have poisoned those creatures to death. But I've seen so few flying insects that I just can't do it. I just can't do it anymore because their numbers are just decreasing every year. There's less and less and less. So you also had boiled chicken for polio a la Mexicana. Well, that sounds tasty too. And so, yeah, the insects, even the yellow jackets, the wasps, the whatever creatures, even the termites, the gnats, all these animals, all these creatures are less and less and less of them. And so, as trying to be a good steward of the land and good steward of creation, I let them live. At least that's my rationality to it. And other people, they have their other ideas. They do other things, but I don't know. You look out there and so try to be good to things. Now, granted, now the blackberry vines, I have to. They're making a frontal assault on some of the outbuildings, and I need to. I work on them a bit, but I still haven't used poison on the blackberry vines. If you live in town or something like that, you could pour boiling water down into the root wad, and that would extinguish their life. But I have there's so many blackberry vines that my inclination is I'd be left with nothing, but I'd have to use poison. And this is the time of the year to poison your blackberry vines. You cut them down to the base, right down to the ground, because in the fall, winter, their sap sucks down into the root wad, and that's where you apply the poison. Or so I've told. I've actually never used poison on the blackberry bushes. I've sort of just worked on, cutting them back and do stuff like that. And so this winter I do need to do some of those things. And, another couple days like today, then I can go out and go out with my scythe and just cut those blackberry vines down. A scythe, which is a long blade that's on a thing that you handle with two hands. So it's like a machete, but it's a lever. It's more like a machete with a lever. If I had my shoes on, I could go outside and I could show you my scythe, but of course I would also disrupt that bird. And so that would be that this is the time of the year to go out and work on your blackberry vines. And a scythe or a machete, something that you can get at it at a distance, is the type of tool that you would use. Anyways, I don't know if those are things, if that information is even remotely interesting to you as far as how to handle certain things. And the trees, they're here, and this is also the time to prune the trees. So you're tired and you cooked because you cooked one thing after another. Yeah. Well, good for you. It's 4-4 right now. I'll show you the bird one more time. And there's the bird. And I think that I gotta go, and this is 20 minutes that I've been on. I'm gonna make my dinner because I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since yesterday. You're tired from cooking one thing or another. Anyways, this is Freddy. I gave Frederica, most likely a female bird. But you never know. It could be a male bird. I don't know. I don't know how to tell the difference. Freddy the bird. That was the name that came into me. I think that this bird likes the name Freddy. Name the bird. Rather than just turkey. Maybe we'll just call it the Turk. All right. That's all I got for you right now. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Cindy Young, for coming into the chat to say hello. And we'll see you the next time. And I'll be back the next time with something new or something the same. I don't know. But we'll see you later. Bye-bye.